All right. Our new favorite thing on Twitter, Devin Nunes' mom. Okay, it's a parody thing, but like
fun.
many of us, she's wildly embarrassed of Devin Nunes. I love the what do you call it? Fresno Bee. The hometown paper wrote an op-ed that we talked about. Representative Devin Nunes, Trump's stooge, attacks the FBI. We see you, Devin. Okay, there is a sassy new billboard up. Donald Trump tied to Putin's leash. And Devin, let's see, and Nunes is in it as well, right? They're both on
Look at
leashes.
the little backpack with the leash.
Yeah, the little kid backpacks.
Yes.
Exactly. It's a giant Fresno ad by Democratic congressional candidate Andrew Janz, portrays the two Republicans as squirmy children with stuffed animal backpacks tethering their child leashes to a smiling Putin. Trump seems to be having a tantrum, but Nunes is smiling and has an ice cream cone in his hand. You've been a good boy, Devin, the ad reads, apparently praise from Putin. Janz tweeted Thursday, I'm afraid Devin Nunes won't get to see this awesome new billboard in his honor because he's never in his district. Snap! We like our candidates sassy. And also Deputy District Attorneys Andrew Janz joins us now. Good morning, Andrew.
Hi, good morning, Stephanie. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for coming on. I love the ad. I love the sense of humor. I love the trolling.
It's great, isn't it?
Andrew, it's interesting. While it's funny, and I think we have to have a sense of humor about stuff, you're deadly serious about this. You said, I'm not a politician. I've never considered running for Congress until recently. Adding that previous ethics concerns stemming from Nunes' handling of classified information related to the Russia probe spurred you to run. You are a criminal prosecutor, and it's a deputy district attorney, correct?
That's correct. Yeah, we thought, what better person to challenge a person that's been under a number of ethics complaints than a prosecutor that's sworn to uphold the highest of standards. I got in this race because I think that people here back in the district are pretty concerned that Washington isn't working for them, and Devin is really a prime example of that, sort of doing his own thing, undermining the FBI, politicizing his committee. So I stepped in. I thought it was time for a change after 15 years.
Take a listen to this, Andrew. We just played this clip from Fox and Friends of Devin Nunes on there yesterday.
Right now is the Russian agent himself. Just a matter of you admitting it. Congressman Devin Nunes, have you been compromised by the Russians?
Good morning, guys. As of right now, I'm not aware of it. But they work very mysteriously. I mean, for the last year, we've been chasing Russian ghosts around that were colluding with the Trump campaign. We haven't found them yet, but they could be there. We're still looking.
Andrew, do you have the same reaction we did, that it's really not funny? It's really not Chuckley morning show fodder, right?
Yeah, our democracy was attacked in 2016, and people are concerned that they're going to do it again this year. So I don't understand why the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee isn't taking this issue seriously.
Yeah, I mean, your hometown paper, Fresno Bee, said, what, pray tell, does Devin Nunes think he's doing by waving around a secret memo attacking the FBI, the nation's premier law enforcement agency? He certainly isn't representing his Central Valley constituents or Californians who care much more about health care, jobs, and, yes, protecting dreamers than about the latest conspiracy theory. Instead, he's doing dirty work for House Republican leaders by trying to protect President Donald Trump in the Russia investigation. It's no accident this latest attempt to discredit the FBI and distract the public is happening at the same time special counsel Mueller's probe appears to be picking up steam and focusing on possible obstruction of justice by the president. I mean, I'm not a prosecutor like you, Andrew, but this appears that he is himself obstructing justice. Could he ultimately be charged?
You know what's interesting about the Fresno Bee article, and it's actually the second paper that has come out against Devin, and they're both conservative papers that have endorsed him in the past, so I think it's really telling that they're really against him now. And one of the things that people in the district are asking is, how did a dairy farmer from Tulare all of a sudden become a friend of Russia, an enemy of the FBI and CIA, and a lapdog to a New York billionaire? I mean, how did this happen? With respect to the obstruction of justice, I think that we're going to have to let Robert Mueller run his investigation. We'll see where that takes us. As a prosecutor, I try not to jump to any conclusions before I see all of the evidence, something that Devin is unwilling or unable to do as leader of the House Intelligence Committee. So I'm going to be patient. I'm going to see what comes out of all of this. And, honestly, if I was his lawyer, I would tell him to exercise his right to remain silent.
Yeah, exactly. I love in this, again, as you mentioned, conservative paper Fresno B, he says Nunes of Tulare is sheltered in a relatively safe Republican district, but his performance as chairman of the highly sensitive House Intelligence Committee has been nothing short of embarrassing. Nunes has colluded with the White House. It is interesting. I felt a long time ago this became not partisan, that this is America, as we keep saying, America was attacked. And I think he has been a complete embarrassment.
Yeah, I think that people in the Central Valley feel the same way. It's good that we're starting to get national attention now for our region, but it's all for the wrong reasons. A lot of people here actually didn't know that Devin Nunes was their representative because he kept such a low profile over the years. He's been out in Washington doing his own thing, advancing his own agenda, has really done nothing for the Central Valley. He's made a number of promises with respect to water. We're just out of a 6-year drought. Our farmers need some water infrastructure here, and that's something that I've been pushing for. Devin hasn't provided on that, and I think a lot of these farmers are going to come around at the end of the day and get behind us because Devin has been just an abysmal failure.
I really hope I'm not being happy-clappy, but I mean, obviously a lot of people have talked about this blue tsunami coming. I mean, we've seen a lot of the results already, and I think that's the part people are sick of when they say that, oh, he's in a safe district, like he can do whatever he wants, up to and including obstruction of justice, and he'll get reelected. I really feel not this time, don't you? In what's coming in 2018.
Yeah, Stephanie, I'm not seeing that on the ground. I'm not seeing the safe seat that a lot of Republicans are talking about. And we're seeing the same type of excitement and energy that we saw in places like Alabama and Virginia. Devin beat his last opponent by I think 36 points. Mm-hmm. We had a recent poll in the field came back, put us within 5 points of Devin Nunes. So. We have a lot of time between now and November to close that gap. I think we can do it. Over the past week, we've been getting an influx, thousands of phone calls. How can we help? People are sending money. People are excited. And I've never seen this type of energy and excitement around any type of political race here in the Central Valley. So I think it's a good sign of what's to come.
I don't know who is behind NunesMemo.com, but it redirects to your campaign page.
Yeah, that was great. I was pleasantly surprised to see that. Yeah, we had nothing to do with that. But same thing. You mentioned Devin's mom. She's a big supporter of mine.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have a lot of good people in the district that are, doing everything that they can to sort of get the word out, and we're I guess they're experimenting with new methods. Yeah,
you said Devin Nunes might have Russian bots doing his bidding on Twitter, but you can't beat good old-fashioned people power. I mean, this is just something. I mean, quite seriously, Andrew, that is extraordinary in our history, isn't it? That we have Russian bots against our law enforcement and intelligence agencies, on behalf of this president, this highly compromised, under investigation president, and House Republicans who are acting as his defense attorneys, who are complicit, right?
Yeah, we're living in strange times. Like, I would never have thought, 5 or 10 years ago that the Republican Party would be the party defending Russia and Putin. We're really in a strange place now. And they're also attacking law enforcement. It's really frustrating for me, somebody who serves my community every day as a prosecutor. I work alongside the good men and women at the FBI on some of my cases, and there's Republicans and there's Democrats that work over there, and that they're just all trying to do the right thing. They're trying to investigate crime. They're trying to protect our country, and seek truth and justice. And for them to be attacked in the way that they have by this president and this sitting member of Congress, it's shameful.
Yeah. No, it really is. I've often mentioned that my dad ran with Goldwater in '64, but he also was a prosecutor at Nuremberg, and there is an actual Nazi running as a Republican. Did you know that in Illinois? I mean, this is the party of Trump, right? Child molesters, Nazis. They have lost their way, I think, morally and politically as a party.
Yeah, you have the KKK and white supremacists walking the streets. Emboldened by the President of the United States. I've called on my opponent, Devin Nunes, to condemn these neo-Nazis and these white supremacists. For whatever reason, he won't do it. I don't know if it would not play well with his base, and that's his motivation. But I think, we should be all at a place where we can just say that Nazis are bad. Why can't we just say that?
Listen, I don't know. I was going to say the other, I think, really good news is the Supreme Court ruling, which was a bit of a surprise, right? But in terms of this like ridiculous gerrymandering and redistricting, the Republicans lost in Pennsylvania. So I keep saying, like, what if you have the right ideas, why do you have to cheat? Whether it's from help from Russia or from voter suppression or from gerrymandering. But I don't know about you. I do feel a big blue wave coming, and I certainly hope you are surfing it up there in Fresno.
We definitely are. The gerrymandering decision is great. That's something, actually, technically, my district is a gerrymandered district, too, but it was gerrymandered by Democrats in Sacramento. So, I think that to some extent there's blame to go around, but at the end of the day, I think our democracy is better served when we have districts that aren't fashioned in this way, and that's something I definitely support.
Yeah, well, if we don't get some people that believe that global warming is man-made, you could actually be surfing in Fresno. That could be beachfront property by the time.
Yep.
What is the website, Andrew? We'll put it up on our Facebook page as well.
Sure, it's easy. It's www.andrewjanzforcongress.com, and for spelled out FOR.
Great. Let's everybody get behind you. Andrew, thanks, and we'll talk to you again before the midterms.
Stephanie, thanks for having me on.
All right, thank you. There he goes, Andrew Janz. Hooray!
Yay!
Ha-ha, Devin.
Devin.
Ha-ha, Devin.
Devin.